Hey everyone, Dad Named Mac here. We've had so much support during our first 23 months as parents. Our families have really helped us whenever we needed it, and I wanted to give them a quick shout out and say thank you so much for always helping and never asking for anything in return. Most recently, over the past couple of weeks, my parents have babysat our daughter on a couple occasions, which allowed us to get a bunch of chores done around the house. We were able to go out a few nights and get some dinner and drinks. And on top of all of that, they also cooked us a few meals, saved me a ton of time so that I didn't have to spend as much time cooking in the middle of the week. It is so important to have that kind of support, especially as new parents. Your family are probably going to be the first people you turn to, but it's also great to have support from your friends. As one of the first couples in our friend group to have a child, there was a period of time that we felt a little bit isolated because we couldn't make it out to the bars and we couldn't stay out late for some of those late night gatherings. That was probably one of the hardest things to really get used to as new parents, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just one of those things that you really don't even think about until you are standing in those parental shoes. It can be so easy to shoot a quick text, invite your parent friends to come out to the bar, and not really think anything of it when they say they can't make it out or they're too tired to come out. Most likely they would kill to be able to go out to that bar with you. They would love to be out past midnight and having a good time with everybody, but they can't because they're just so exhausted from 5 sleepless nights dealing with a sick baby, or they don't want to burden their parents by asking them to watch their child for the 3rd weekend in a row, whatever it may be. This latest wave of support got me thinking, and I wanted to make this video to help spread the word and give you some ideas on how you can help out your new parent friends and avoid making them feel like they're left out on an island. These are all pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to rattle them off. So firstly, just ask them if they need anything, ask them how they're doing. Sometimes just reaching out and making contact is enough to let them know that you're there and you support them. And while a text can be great, a phone call can go so much further. Secondly, probably one of my favorites, and I kind of already mentioned it, but offer to make them a meal or bring them some food. Free food is the way to many people's hearts, including mine, but especially for new parents who are probably grinding through some very long days and nights that you may not hear about. And something as simple as making them a meal or bringing them some food can really make a huge difference in their day or their entire week. Offering to run errands for them can be a huge help. Quick trips to the grocery store or the hardware store can become huge undertakings for parents. You might be surprised at the mountain of things that you need as a parent just to get out the door, and to go through all of that just to go grab that gallon of milk that you forgot can be a really big pain. Handling something like that for your parent friends, if the opportunity presents itself, can be a great way to help them out. You could also offer to pet sit if they have a pet. Juggling pets and kids is a challenge, especially if you have a young pet or one that needs a lot of attention. It can be a nice break for parents if you can watch their fur babies for them for a night or two so that they can really focus on their human baby. Now on the flip side, there can be times when their baby is driving them up a wall, and that brings me to my next point where you can always offer to babysit if you're up to the task. For the first few months that may not really be possible, but once their child starts getting closer to that 1-year mark or into the toddler stages, offering to watch them for a night or even part of a day can really provide those parents with some relief and can be a fun way for you to get some parental practice yourself. Next time there's a big event or a holiday that comes up, try hosting yourself so that they don't have to host at their house. I know that my wife and I feel obligated to clean the entire house, make sure that we're doing all the cooking and serving. We get into that kind of host mode where we want to make sure everybody else is having a good time whenever we have people over. So it's certainly a nice change of pace every once in a while to be able to go to somebody else's place. This one is a little bit situational though, because on the other hand, there are times that we like to be at home already so that we don't have to worry about coordinating around bedtimes or nap times or anything like that. This next one's a little bit more tricky, but offer to help them out with any drop-offs or pickups. If you work full-time, this can be hard to help out with, and sometimes there's restrictions on who can or can't pick up kids from daycares, but it really has been life-saving on a few different occasions when my parents were able to go pick up our daughter from daycare or even grab Dudley from doggy daycare. Just saving us that trip or the need for us to leave work to go grab them is a huge help. And finally, just visit them. Now don't show up unannounced, and make sure to check in with them on the nap time and bedtime schedules so you don't mess those up. But new parents love to see their friends, probably as much or even more so than they did before they took the plunge into parenthood. Definitely tell them how cute their baby is and how great of a job they're doing as parents, but what they really want is just to have some conversations, catch up a little bit, maybe have a few drinks, and get that taste of what life was like before kids. And that can be one of the most satisfying things for them. Make sure you're being conscious of your noise levels while you're there, and don't overstay your welcome, but make an effort to just visit them and see them when you can. The whole point of this video was to highlight the fact that parenting is tough, and while sometimes new parents want to try and roll up their sleeves and prove to the world that they can do everything on their own, I can just about guarantee that 90% of parents are going to gladly accept any help that you will offer them, and they will truly appreciate it. The old adage that it takes a village to raise a child is so true. Community is very important for a child's development, but I personally think that it is equally as important for parents. So just try to take some of these points to heart, make your best effort to help out your new parent friends, and if you're the new parent yourself, be open to any offers of help that you may receive. You're not weak for accepting it, you're just like the rest of us. As always, thanks for watching.